We've all accepted this out of sheer convenience. Not all of us. Maybe some of us begrudgingly, just because that's the way things shift and you just kind of got to get used to it, right? But this all digital future, man, we've talked about this so many times in the past. This article on the PlayStation blog was from over a couple years ago. PlayStation Store to discontinue movie and TV purchases and rentals in favor of subscription-based services. Like they weren't going to sell you digital movies, shows, stuff like that. That was a couple years ago. Now there's this big uproar due to, well, not that one. That one was before, but people seem to have forgotten. But discovery content. As of the 31st of December 2023, due to our content licensing arrangements with content providers, you will no longer be able to watch any of your previously purchased Discovery content. But that's crazy. And the content will be removed from your video library. We sincerely thank you for your continued support. For you. Thank you, PlayStation Store. That's crazy. There's tons, like hundreds of Discovery shows and content that was available to purchase some years back. Barbecue Pit Masters? What? I'm not familiar with all these shows, but a lot of people liked some of these shows, man. Maybe all of them. I don't know. Deadliest Catch, okay. Dirty Jobs, Dr. Pimple Popper, what the hell? Finding Bigfoot? We haven't found him yet. But all these damn shows. This is the kicker, though. It's like, okay, you had some kind of arrangement or rearrangement with the way things work. Licensing no longer is valid. You can't provide this stuff. Where's the refunds, mofo? You take away content that was previously purchased. You rented it, dude. That's why I always call like the Nintendo Switch Online service, the retro games that they provide. It's a rental service. But like that's kind of a little different than something like this, because with that, it's like, okay, you understand. You're just getting access to that for a period of time that you're subscribed to the service. This is different, though. This should infuriate people who bought this stuff because you paid money. Now you lose it. Do they give you a refund? I haven't found anywhere that says that they're giving you your money back, because these purchases, could have gone way back. And I'm sure somewhere in the terms of, the agreements that you agree to while you're purchasing stuff is like, hey, this stuff can just disappear. Too bad, dude. Like, you're just getting a license to watch it. You don't actually own it. That's the thing. You buy any of this stuff. Digital games, digital movies, digital shows, download through the cloud, whatever. You don't own it, man. It's the same thing with the physical game, essentially. Like, you really don't own it, but you do own the physical game. You can transfer that around. They may have in their weird little, terms of agreement shit that like, hey, it's just a license to use the software. I don't care. I own it if it's a physical object. If it's a digital freaking product, I should own it too. But as we see here, as of the 31st of this year, of December, that stuff's gone. But the one that I had pulled up earlier, this one was from over a year ago. Studio Canal affected titles. I don't remember anybody talking about these, but just I was searching and this popped up. Starting August 31st, 2022, due to our evolving licensing agreements with content providers, you'll no longer be able to view your previously purchased Studio Canal content. It'll be removed from your video library. 3 from Hell, Monsters Call. There's tons of stuff here. Big Eyes, Blair Witch, tons of movies. The Premonition, John Wick. What? You lost John Wick? Oh my God. Like this kind of stuff is scary, and it freaking sucks, dude. That all the Saw movies. What the hell? But any of these damn movies that you've bought or purchased doesn't have to necessarily be PlayStation. It could be any numerous freaking site or provider, and you lose it because you don't own it. This is the thing, man, and it really does seem like over, a shorter period of time, we're going to be shifting more and more and more towards digital, where like with games, physical versions of games are going to be more boutique items type of thing with a lot of releases. We keep seeing it, like, games that come out that it's digital only, and then there might be a physical copy down the road, Baldur's Gate 3, stuff like that. Like big releases where there is no physical, product in the beginning. And it's just all it's about that money, you know what I mean? It's cheaper to sell a digital download than it is a physical copy of a game that you either got to ship to a distribution center, some warehouse somewhere, logistics, moving it around to different stores. Um, profit wise is a lot lower than just hosting the game on some server somewhere and you decide you want it and you download it. I don't like it, but I don't know what we could do. You know what I mean? Like just stop buying anything, period. Don't be a consumer anymore. Do not consume these movies, shows, and games. Like this kind of stuff with the movies. I know we mostly talk about games, but this has to do with PlayStation. It kind of ties into all that. But it's like I have digital content for movies and shows that I have on like Apple. Like, will I eventually lose that because this they can't have an agreement with some license, in the future? It's a shitty thing to think about, but spend your money how you will. But I feel for the people here who bought all this crap, all these damn shows. Like, look at this. If you just scroll through, it's a freaking ton of shows. Cake Boss. I don't. I've never watched most of this stuff, but some people. What was that one, dude? What, dude? Where's my car? What was that? Dude, You're Screwed, season two. Could you imagine the one guy who bought Dude, You're Screwed, season two, and now lost it? But I got to be honest. I've fallen into this like, oh, it's so convenient. Let me go ahead and download a movie, rent it, purchase it, whatever, digitally. And it's kind of a thing that I really, every time I've done it, I don't really feel that good about it. But there's a lot of content out there that just, it's not even available digitally. You can't find it. Like something will be on streaming and then it'll disappear and then it's like you don't have access to it just because it's not on Netflix or whatever. There are a bunch of examples that I could think of recently, like David Lynch's short stories or short films. I can't remember exactly what it's called, but it was like his early work. I had it on DVD many years ago, couldn't find it, and it was streaming somewhere. And then it wasn't streaming. I had to go find a used freaking DVD copy. Pink Floyd, The Wall's not available anywhere. You can't even buy it physically. The movie, Napoleon Dynamite, the movie, it was like streaming before on some service, and then it disappeared. You could like buy it digitally or like rent it digitally. It was like, we watch that movie all the damn time. I'll just buy a Blu-ray copy of it. I think I feel better buying the physical copies, but at the same time, it's like, do I have to accumulate a warehouse worth of physical content? That's it's like you kind of want to be like, it's convenient, but then if you risk losing this stuff, it's like, man, maybe certain titles, certain things I have to have physical. That's just the way it is. But curious to hear your thoughts on all this stuff. Let me know in the comments down below. Appreciate y'all. Bye.